Hello, good morning, and welcome to This Date in History, also known as TDH. This show is all about the events that occurred to date in years past, both recognized by actual historians, but mainly things that we personally find intriguing enough for us to bring to you. The sources of this information come from the Smart Device application, Today in History, What Happened Today in History, Historical Calendar, and the website onthisday.com. For links to those sources, the music, and anything else potentially interesting, check the underbar in the description below. Anyway, I am A.O. Xander.
I'm Scott.
And today is Saturn's Day, also known as Saturday, August 20th, 2022. Why don't you start us off
Saturday.
today?
Alrighty, so historic events. We got 573. Gregory of Tours selected Bishop of Tours.
Oh.
That's something I never knew.
Oh, wow.
What do we got next? Let's see. Wow, 1191. Crusader King Richard I kills 3,000 Muslim prisoners in Akko.
Dang, that's not cool.
Richard the Lionheart. Wow, this is a long time ago.
Yeah. Just kills 3,000? I mean, like, you know, I guess you can't feed them all, you know, and all that stuff. I understand, but, you know, like, just ending a life, especially when you're a Christian and, you know, you're supposed to, you know, not kill people. I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's cool, though. I'm looking at his helmet. He has... I'm sorry?
That's 3,000 too. I mean, just him did that?
No. Like, he's getting the credit. He probably did the order, you know? Like, oh, you know, execute them all, you know? I'm looking at his helmet, and he has, like, holes in the side for hearing. That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
You have a third one here.
1578, Francis Drake renames his flagship, the Pelican, to the Golden Hind in honor of his patron, Sir Christopher Had.
Ah. We have a murder of interest.
What did he...
Sorry?
Just to say he's an explorer and navigator, so what did he... Like, where did he travel to?
Well, let's see here.
Or where did he...
He helped defeat the Spanish Armada at one point. He carried out the second circumnavigation of the world between 1577 and 1580. So it took him about 3 years to travel completely around the world. Oh, he died of dysentery.
That was great. That's awful, but yeah, what you just said there is right at that historic event of 1578. So he did that, like you said, 15 to 1580. So this date was 1578.
Yeah, so
interesting.
Must have been during his circumnavigation. He renamed his ship, the Pelican, from the Pelican to the Golden Wind. You know, like as you said, to honor his patron. So.
Yeah.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
1672, we have a murder of interest. Former Grand Penitentiary of Holland, Johan de Witt, and his brother Cornelis were brutally murdered by an angry mob in The Hague, or however you pronounce it. Wow. So they got mobbed and killed. That's insane.
Yeah.
Ooh, 1781, George Washington began to move his troops south to fight Cornwallis. That's right, like
General Cornwallis, huh?
Yeah, Lord Cornwallis.
Alright.
Yeah.
Lord Cornwallis.
Yeah, like Cornwallis was like a general or above generals because he was like ordering generals. He was like, you know, like second or third down from the king himself or something. I don't know. He was high up there in rank, essentially. But yeah, like Washington was able to sneakily get his troops from New York down to Yorktown to you know,
the battle of Yorktown.
Yeah, to fight Cornwallis. And Cornwallis, you know, as we know, couldn't leave because all the French were there blocking the sea, so they were pretty much screwed. 1794, during the Battle of Fallen Timbers, Major General Mad Anthony Wayne defeated a joint British Native American force at Fallen Timbers, Ohio, in the final battle of the Northwest Indian War. In 1828, Gio Stanio Rossini's opera Le Comte Ore premiered in Paris. Mr. Scott.
Yep. 1865, President Andrew Johnson proclaims an end to insurrection in Texas.
So insurrection.
Yeah, I wonder what that was. Yeah, what is that about?
Well, it's also in quotations too. So, it's not a documented insurrection. Maybe it's like a quote. So,
yeah.
Insurrection in Texas. Andrew Johnson?
Yep, Andrew Johnson.
Insurrection in Texas. August 20th, 1866. Okay. So, let's see here. We have a new edition. Sorry, I didn't tell you earlier.
That's okay. Time got away from me. I didn't know it was so late.
Yeah, time got away from me too. All of a sudden it was 10. And it's just like, oh god. So, like, we're looking up something, an insurrection in Texas, but this is a whole lot of reading. So,
wow, an insurrection?
Yeah, like
what date are we on?
We are in 1865. So, Mr. Scott, if you don't mind rereading what you just read to educate.
Meat Cleaver.
Yep.
Sure. So, 1865, President Andrew Johnson proclaims an end to insurrection in Texas.
Now, see, what's interesting is that the word insurrection is in quotations. So, and the first thing that I think of is January 6th. That word is just being tossed around so much, it just has no value anymore. Right?
Yeah, exactly.
What else happened on the States?
1882. There we go. Pyotr Ilyich Tchaikovsky's 1812 Overture debuts in Moscow. So yeah, I know that. I didn't know that was his first name, but obviously he's known for Tchaikovsky. But
yeah, Pittore.
The composer, yeah.
Pittorio. Why am I talking in an Italian accent to Russian?
You need subtitles.
I need subtitles. And then what happened appears to be 4 years later.
1886, second Salon exhibition by Society of Independent Artists held in Paris. Includes Georges Seurat's A Sunday Afternoon on the Island of La Grande Jatte.
Interesting. I'm going to look that up. By the way, that's that big truck.
Yeah.
So let's see here. Oh, that painting. Okay.
Which one?
This one.
Oh.
And this is saying look closer. Like, so, I don't know. Like, I remember there was a bit on Family Guy where Stewie was staring at, like, this thing.
Oh, yeah.
And, like, you zoom in and it's like a face of horror on the child. Like, it's actually, like, kind of scary. So, you have one more, right?
Okay. So, 1905, Chinese revolutionary Sun Yat-sen forms the first chapter of Sun Mang Hui, a union of all secret societies determined to bringing down the Manchus, or the Qing dynasty, the Qing dynasty.
Yeah. Yeah, that's weird. It's a Q, but it's pronounced K. So,
that sounds ominous.
Yeah. Yeah, so it's a group of secret societies all working together.
Yeah. Bring it down.
Yep. Ooh, the Great White Fleet. 1908, United States' Great White Fleet arrived in Sydney, Australia to be greeted with a tremendous welcome. 221 U.S. sailors deserted to remain in Australia. Oh, wow. But yeah, as a show of power, the United States sent out the Great White Fleet, which is like, a whole bunch of, warships painted white, to circle around the world. Showing all the other countries, like, hey, look at us, look at what we got, like
showing our power.
Yeah, it's just a
What
flex.
year was this again?
1908.
2 year boy.
Wow.
Yeah. 221 sailors deserted. That's kind of funny. Like,
Yeah.
it stayed. Why would you stay in Australia of all places, though? Why would you desert to Australia? That's, you know, I don't know. It's not like we were like, you know, Germany or anything. Like,
Yeah, but compared to where they're going, maybe.
Well, I
that's
don't know.
the
Maybe because they speak the same language.
best. That'd have a lot to do with it too. And get off there and figure out how you get back to the States or whatever. You're done with the tour.
oh, I wouldn't consider Australia the same as English. That's not a knife. This is a knife.
Isn't odd.
1912, Washington Senators future Baseball Hall of Fame pitcher Walter Johnson won American League record 15th straight, defeating Cleveland Naps 4-2. In nightcap, Carl Cushion no hits Naps 2-0 in 6 innings. Nightcap though.
That is some really old baseball info right there.
Yeah.
I wonder whatever happened to the Naps. I've never heard of the Cleveland Naps.
Cleveland Naps. Well, that's interesting
it's
because
just-
then it says a nightcap. So like, are they like dressed in like bedtime attire? Is that their?
No, that's their late.
Oh, they became the Guardians.
Never heard of them either. I wonder what then it turned into. Cleveland Indians, I guess.
No.
Are they still the Indians? I don't even know. They change all these names now for.
No, they
purpose.
changed the name of them. Yeah.
I don't keep up with this anymore.
What about the Washington Redskins? Like
Yeah,
that?
that's
that.
gone.
Oh, it's gone.
Yeah, they don't call them the Redskins anymore.
Oh. Yeah. Yeah. That's horribly prejudice. So, yeah. So these they were. Since 1994, they have played at Progressive Field. The Guardians. That's who the Naps were. They're the Guardians.
That must be the Indians, and now they're the Guardians. Okay, they've renamed them to the Guardians. Okay,
No,
now I'm
no,
up
no,
to speed.
no. These aren't the Indians.
Yeah.
Oh wait, these were the. Wait. Yeah, it was. You're right. What the hell, Indians?
What was their name? The Cleveland Indians.
But I'm looking up Cleveland Naps, and then I'm getting Guardians.
That's their current name.
Yeah, so maybe from the Naps they became the Indians, and then they became
Yes.
the Guardians.
Yeah.
Okay.
The Indians was no longer politically correct.
Ah.
Good old wokeism.
Yeah, this woke crap needs to
Yeah.
stop. So. And in 1920, U.S. Professional Football Association formed. Jim Thorpe installed as president, later to become the National Football League, NFL. Happy birthday, NFL.
Yeah.
Yeah. A football boy, football.
Yeah.
Or as I like to call it, hand egg. Because you hold it in your hand, it kind of looks like an egg.
Yeah, I got
Weird
it.
egg. But it's actually called football because the ball is a foot long. Based off of King George's foot, or one of the British kings. They invented the imperial system of measurement. Inches, feet, yards, and all that stuff. And the foot was based off of the length of the king's foot. And that's why most feet are 12 inches.
Ah.
Because, we haven't changed, our height and stuff biologically since that time. Now in the time of Jesus, like 2,000 years ago, people were about, half a foot shorter or something, on average. But as time goes by, we as a species have been getting bigger and bigger. So,
Yeah.
because of, nutrients and everything, Sir Scott.
Alrighty. So, 1930, a week before his 22nd birthday, Australian cricket's batting genius Don Bradman scores 232 in fifth Test win over England at the Oval in London. There's the Oval again.
The Oval.
Cricket.
Yep. We have another one. Oh yeah, this lady, like every time I see her, I have to mention this. And no disrespect to her, but her head looks like a pea.
A pea?
A pea, doesn't it? It's perfectly round.
You're stretching it here. You're stretching a pea with eyes and a nose and a mouth.
I was just like, well, if you take a pea,
Where's her ears?
That's what I'm saying. She's round. Like she has a pea head.
Poor woman. We're having her.
Anyway, Scott.
Probably not even alive
I
anymore.
think they would call that like a doll face or something.
Yeah, doll face.
Yeah.
Yeah, she died in 1998 on the 1st of January. Wow. Huh.
So yeah, 1931, U.S. National Championship Women's Tennis. In Forest Hills, New York, Helen Willis Moody beat Eileen Eileen Bennett Whittingstall of England 6-4, 6-1 for her 7th and final U.S. singles title.
Oh, nice. Here we go again with your baseball.
Yeah, there he is. Yeah, 1938, New York Yankees future baseball Hall of Fame first baseman Lou Gehrig hits record 23rd and final Grand Slam and an 11-3 win over Philadelphia A's at Schwab Park.
Yep.
So then I guess then the A's went to San Francisco, or they became the Philadelphia Phillies. I don't know how that worked, but
the A's went to Oakland.
Oakland, yeah.
Oh yeah, that's over by San
So
Fran, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
across the bay.
Yeah. Philadelphia Athletics.
Yeah, I guess they just changed the Philadelphia part of it.
Yeah.
Huh.
Yeah, like you're talking about Lou Gehrig, and I was talking with about this with Scott, I think last night actually. So like we all know about Lou Gehrig's disease, you know.
Right.
But what's the more scientific, name for that disease?
I don't know.
ALS.
Oh, right. There you go.
What are my initials?
Ah.
I'm a disease. So not only am I
Very appropriate. Oh, I'll never forget this.
Oh, what have I done? So not only am I a sentient too. Why did I do this? I just slammed myself.
Every party, every get-together we go to, this is coming up.
Oh, great. Don't get too close to AO. He's a disease.
It's official. He's a disease.
Yeah.
He's named after a disease.
No, I was named after the Macedonian conqueror.
Moving on.
Moving on up into 1940, British Prime Minister Churchill said of Royal Air Force, "Never in the field of human conflict was so much owed by so many to so few." Yeah. I heard that speech the other day, actually. I think yesterday. But yeah, so like, never in the field of human conflict was so much owed by so many to so few. So he's talking about the air war, the Battle of Britain.
Getting bombed.
Yeah. So those few people who went up, and some of them were, U.S. volunteers and whatnot.
Yeah.
And at one point, the Germans were killing more civilians in the UK than they were killing soldiers in the field of battle.
Jeez.
So it's horrifying. 1940 as well. Louis Buchholzer was indicted. Indicted. That's what's with a C though. Indicted. Whatever. Indicted on murder charges in Los Angeles for the killing of Harry Greenberg, a mob associate of casino owner Mayor Lansky and mobster Bugsy Siegel. Ooh, dang. So this guy killed a mobster, and then he went to jail. So who owns the jails? In 1944, French General Charles de Gaulle returned to France. Hey, good.
Charles de Gaulle.
Good, yeah. 4 years. They got ousted in 1940, and he came back in 1944, so...
Why did he get ousted?
He got ousted because of the Germans.
Oh, I'm sorry, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm in the wrong decade.
Yeah. 1944.
Yeah.
World War II.
Yeah.
Yeah. Why did he get ousted?
I'm in 54 for some
Oh.
reason.
1944 as well, PGA Championship Men's Golf, Magneto G and CC, so Golf and Country Club, Town and Country. Bob Hamilton won his only major title, one up in the 36-hole final over heavily favored Byron Nelson. 36 holes, wow. So is that 18 times 2? Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
So he plays 2 full courses.
2 rounds, yeah.
Wow. Scott.
We have 1951 12th Venice Film Festival. Rashomon, directed by Akira Kurosawa, wins the Golden Lion.
Huh. The Golden Lion. We have
That's
another
it's
festival.
kind of like it's like got to be like the Golden Globe or something.
Golden Lion Film Festival. Let me look this up here. Oh, okay, so it's just like a... It has wings, too. So, that's strange. Yep. Okay. It's like a Pegasus lion.
That's what I was thinking, yeah.
A Legasus.
I don't know if it's funny, but if you look at that picture, it looks like he's just gazing at some cool cloud in the sky or something. Like
This guy? Or...
Yeah, this Akira Kurosawa, this picture from 15.
This... yeah.
Oh, yeah.
He's like... Yeah. It was an odd picture. Some weird colors and stuff. Like, it's sepia tone.
Yeah.
Like, But what happened 365 days later?
Well, 1952, 13th Venice Film Festival, Genghis Khan, directed by Manuel Kand, wins the Golden Lion.
Another Golden Lion.
Genghis Khan, that's some story too.
Yeah. Actually, I think yesterday was his birthday. I think died August. No, his death day. So two days ago he died. Nobody knows his birthday, but he was born in Mongolia. So.
True.
And one more.
Okay, 1952, Soviet leader Joseph Stalin meets Chinese Premier Zhou Enlai.
The commies are getting together. They're conspiring. We have a coup d'etat in 1953. General Fazlollah Zandi arrested Iranian Prime Minister Mohammad Mosaddegh in a CIA-supported coup d'etat. Why are we getting ourselves involved?
We're in it again, aren't we?
Like, I just did this like yesterday or the day before. Like, we get involved in so many other countries' affairs. Like, we gotta stop. You know? Like, they always like,
True.
oh, it's national security. It's like, no. You know, like, when did their nation cross into our border? Like, stay out, you know? Ridiculous. You were gonna say something?
No, that's okay.
1964, U.S. President Lyndon B. Johnson signed the Economic Opportunity Act, an anti-poverty measure totaling nearly $1 billion. That sounds like a load of horse squash.
Yeah. It really affected the country for years to come, too.
It sounds
really
like...
social,
Yeah.
to a social state. Getting us there.
I'm wondering what that Economic Opportunity Act actually did in the long run.
Let me look that up. Federal legislation establishing a variety of social programs aimed at facilitating education, health, employment, and general welfare for impoverished Americans. So it sounds like the start of welfare.
Well, it's not.
Oh.
But it's the start. It's a big social program, is what it is. And here's the problem with stuff like that.
They're trying to educate people better.
But it centralizes education. Divert it. If you want to give out money, give it back to the states, but don't let the states do it. And centralized power always goes bad. Eventually, because people love power, and that's the problem.
Well, the proof is in the pudding. Look at the general education of most people today. Like I was watching a video, and the guy's just like, how many states is in America? I don't know, 20, 30? Like,
wow.
Who was the first president? Abraham Lincoln? Like nobody knows anything. Like it's
true.
It's horrifying. Like what was it? 13% of U.S. citizens believe chocolate milk comes from brown cows.
No.
13%. People are.
You can find 2% of anything.
People
there
are
gotta be 2% of the people out there think the world's flat. I think.
Well, yeah.
But, when you get up into higher numbers, that's crazy. That's nuts. But I don't know. That's the problem. You just centralize governments. I don't care what. I mean, you can take it to the max and look at North Korea.
Look at China. Look at Russia.
Yeah.
Well, look at us.
And that's where we're headed.
Yeah.
And the beauty of our country is we're the United States. Give the power to the states and have the feds
just
protecting us.
System of
That's
checks and balances, but as far as the meat of everything,
the feds got
is
way
up to
too
the states.
big and centralized everything.
Yeah. I've been hearing, murmurs about about your convention of states that you talked to me about 10 years ago.
Oh yeah.
But it sounds like they're murmuring it enough for me to start hearing about it. So it's getting more than when you first were made aware.
Well, it's very hard to pull it off because you got to get such a big number of states together. But that's what they're trying to do. And unfortunately, it has to be very specific. So you can't go in here and say, okay, we're doing this, but while we're here, let's do this. No, you can only do that specific thing.
Yes.
So,
unlike bills.
How much it would accomplish, but it's very difficult to get to. And they've been working on it for 10, 12 years now.
Yeah.
Or something. I don't know if they'll ever get there. But that's the fail-safe system we have for the states.
Mr. Scott, you have another baseball thing here.
1964, Yankee Phil Linz plays harmonica on bus despite Yogi Berra's orders.
Now, if
So yeah, he was.
Go ahead.
Oh, he's just he's been famous and big in the Yankees for all throughout his years. Like he had a lot of great sayings and stuff that they wrote down, quotes that he said. He had a lot of. I don't know the word, but
yeah, they call them yogiisms, and I wonder if
right there you go.
Bring up yogiism, see what it says. Some of them are really funny.
Well, do any of them involve picnic baskets? Yogi Bear? I say boo boo. It ain't over till it's over. I've heard that.
Yeah.
Baseball is 90% mental. The other half is physical. Wait, what? On posterity, I always thought that record would stand until it was broken. What?
That's a yogiism. See, that's what's so great about that. It's going to stand until it's broken.
You can observe a lot by watching. Yeah.
I tell you, they're funny.
No one goes there anymore. It's too crowded. It gets late early out here. Wow, these are great. I'm gonna put.
Yeah, that's a good one.
I'm actually going to keep this open here because this is pretty cool. I want to read these.
Yeah. Yep.
You have more baseball.
Okay. 1965, Eddie Matthews and Hank Aaron. 1954-1965, passed Babe Ruth and Lou Gehrig hitting 772 home runs while playing together on the same team.
Nice.
Wow.
See what you can accomplish when you work together. Ooh,
There's probably a good team there.
Yeah. You have an interesting one here.
The Warsaw Pact invasion of Czechoslovakia.
Yeah.
1968. During the night, 250,000 Soviet and Warsaw Pact troops invade Czechoslovakia in response to the Prague Spring.
Yeah.
Wow, look at that picture.
Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah.
Isn't it like Czech Republic now, or was Czech Republic?
Czech Republic and Slovakia. So,
Okay.
Yeah,
So,
they split.
yep.
The Prague Spring was a period of political liberalization and mass protests in the Czechoslovak Socialist Republic. So it was part of the USSR, so they were invading themselves, essentially. Link to this wiki is in the underbar. Moving on up into 1974, Nelson Rockefeller was selected as U.S. Vice President by President Gerald Ford. Rich people in positions of power. I wonder how they got there.
He ran for president a couple times.
Nelson Rockefeller?
Yeah. Maybe just once.
I'm glad he didn't win. So, let's see here. You said a couple of times?
Once or twice.
Well, he was sworn in as vice president, but hold on a second. Nelson Rockefeller. How many times did Nelson Rockefeller run for president? Alright. Served as the 41st vice president from 1974 through 77, 49th governor. He was a three-time candidate for the Republican Party, 1960, 64, and 68. So there we go. And 1974, Nolan Ryan pitch measured at record 161.6 kilometers per hour or 100.4 miles per hour. That's a fast ball.
Oh man, that guy could fire.
Yep.
Nothing but heat.
Oh yeah, he was intimidating. I actually have his autograph.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, like we sent it away when I was in grade school, and we sent it to a couple of players, like the kids in class, and he sent me like a black and white picture back. Like he didn't sign the card, he sent like something separate. It was pretty cool.
That's pretty
Nice.
cool.
So-
Very nice.
Yeah, like out of the people, that's who I picked to hopefully get a letter back, and we got something. Yeah, maybe I could show it to you later or something.
That'd be awesome.
That's,
Yeah, so this
shows
guy,
you he's
Nolan
a good guy,
Ryan was
you
a good
know, he
contributor.
takes the time and answers kids. Says a lot.
Yep. Oh yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
I told Scott the other day what happened involving one of our previous next door neighbors.
Yeah. What about him?
He was the general manager of
Yeah.
the Mighty Ducks.
Yeah.
And there
Yeah,
was a
the
picture of
Stanley
you
Cup
standing
thing.
next to the Stanley Cup.
Yeah. Got
So-
to hang out with him.
Yeah, that
Yeah.
was really cool. That
Yeah.
was really cool.
That was
yeah.
great. To look at that, knowing that thing's 100 years old or whatever it is, and all these engraved names on there. The engraving's really deep on them. I was surprised.
1977.
Yeah, didn't you say, Heyo, didn't you say how you were just annoyed he was blocking the driveway or something?
Yeah. Yeah. Like, I was a lot more hot-headed. Well, I still am hot-headed, you know, in today's world, but, like, I look back and I wish I had gone over and not been so angry, because that would have been an experience, you know. Now,
Yeah.
you know, I was into history back then, but I wasn't like, you know, history is my world, you know, like I am today. So,
Yeah.
and I blew a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity,
Yeah.
you know. I don't need you to agree with me.
You did. What can I tell you? I enjoyed it.
Yeah.
Not you not being there,
Yeah.
but I enjoyed seeing it.
Yeah. Yeah, well, now I have a picture, and I can say, you know, I was I was next door, you know.
Hey, the car that was blocking the driveway
Was the transport vehicle, yeah.
the guy that takes care of it and
Yeah.
had all the containers for the thing in there.
Wasn't it like a station wagon? Like, yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway, 1977, NASA launched Voyager 2 towards Jupiter, Saturn, later Uranus, and Neptune as well. So, interesting. More sports history for Scott. Why does this guy look so mad?
Oh, yeah, Dwight Gooden or Doc Gooden, yeah. 1985, first National League pitcher to strike out 200 plus in first 2 seasons. Dwight Gooden, yeah. I don't know, there's something about he actually was doing, you know, substances in this time. This is a time on the Mets, yeah, a couple of them were like, he played with Darryl Strawberry, and so, what was it, the amazing, or no, that's, when did they win? They won a World Series in
Oh, okay. Yeah.
somewhere around here or
What
something.
was the name of the team?
The New York Mets.
New York Mets World Series win.
I'd say it was 70. I can't remember. It was a big deal.
I have 86 here versus the Boston
Yeah.
Red Sox.
Yeah, that's so it was
Okay.
like right around this time. Yeah. I
Yeah,
was pretty
85 to
sure,
86.
pretty sure it was.
Yeah, it would be next year. Because this is 85. The Mets won in 86.
Yep. It was a crazy year too. Like there was a lot of stuff that went on. A lot of isn't that? Yeah, that's when it gets through Buckner. That's the whole thing.
Oh, is that the same year?
I think so. I think so.
What was it?
It could be.
The ball went through the legs of the first baseman, Bill Buckner.
Oh.
You know, just a little teeny grounder, and he booted it.
Have you seen the video of the guy, like, you know, like just pitching a ball, and right at that same time, a bird was just zooming past, and he just obliterates the bird? It exploded.
Yeah, that was Randy Johnson. Yeah.
Oh, you see,
That's
that was the pitcher, Randy Johnson?
Yep.
He killed a bird?
Yeah, that was nuts. That was like a magic act.
There's another
Hey,
one.
Randy Johnson has some heat, too.
There's another
yeah.
video where, like, the pitcher, like, you know, he throws the ball, and, the guy hits it, and, like, you know, the pitcher's just standing there, and the ball just, like, flew right into his glove. He didn't have it up or anything, he was just standing there, and it flew right into it. He's just like, Like,
It
he
caught,
just,
yeah, the ball caught him, yeah.
yeah,
I wonder what's in my other hand.
yeah. And he's just like, didn't I just get rid of you? Like, you have another one here.
Okay, as I scroll down, 1989, Howard Johnson joins Barry Bonds and Willie Mays, hitting 30 home runs and stealing 30 bases.
30-30 club.
Yeah, 30-30.
I love baseball. They
Yeah.
make up all these little categories.
Yeah.
They have categories for everything, you know.
Yeah.
Who has 30-30 club
It's a-
or whatever there is, you know.
It's a pretty good combination to be able to hit home runs and be fast enough to steal
Yeah.
bases.
Yeah, it is. It's a weird combination to be that good at it, both things. Because power
Right.
usually doesn't bring speed.
Exactly.
Huh. Wouldn't power bring speed? Like, you put more energy into something that's going to go faster?
Generally, you have powerful legs, meteor legs.
Oh, I thought we were talking about pitching.
No, we're talking about hitting.
Hitting, oh, okay.
30 home runs,
Okay.
30 steals.
Okay. Here's this guy again.
Here we go.
I'm dead? Why don't you take this one?
Sure, yeah, because I know a bit about it. Yeah, 1990, George Steinbrenner steps down as New York Yankee owner. And I forget what happened, but he came back and was the owner for a long time before he passed away.
Yeah.
Like right before they had the new Yankee Stadium in like 2009. That's like around when he passed. But yeah, he was the owner for a long time.
Yeah, it was.
I forget what happened in the 1990 thing. There's a story behind it, but
It says here in January, February, March, April, May 14th of 97, baseball's executive council suspended New York Yankees owner George Steinbrenner for his suing other team owners.
Ah.
So he was suing other team owners,
Ah.
and maybe that was like to harm them.
Well, he had beef, obviously.
Yeah. I don't think how is that even allowed? Because that's obvious like sabotage, or attempted.
Well, I don't know. And then you bring up the question: should it be allowed or not allowed? Is it an entire unity, or are they independent?
Huh.
Is each team independent? If not, is there one unity? Isn't that collusion for negotiation contract? I mean, it really gets complicated.
Yeah,
all kinds of stuff comes up.
Like all I hear is just lawyer talk. Like political speech, technical jargon. So, 1991, Dolphin Dan Marino surpassed Joe Montana as the highest paid NFL player with a 5-year extension for $25 million. Dang. I know those names.
yeah, isn't like Dan Marino never won a Super Bowl, did he? Or did he win one?
That's a good question.
Because I think he might be one of the untitled guys that was good.
You know what? I thought he had won one, but I'm not sure. Never to win a Super Bowl.
Marino is the greatest quarterback in NFL history never to win a Super Bowl.
Great call.
That's
Great call.
what I thought. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's what I thought. Yep.
Yeah. That's a really good call.
Yeah. And if anyone's interested in the 10 best quarterbacks to never win a Super Bowl, I'm going to post a link to that in the underbar in 3, 2, 1, posted. So. Moving on up into 1993, Mother Teresa was hospitalized with malaria. Oh no. Mother Teresa. 1995, British Open Women's Golf, Woburn Dukes Course, Australian Kerry Webb scored a 6-stroke win over runners-up Annika Sorenstam and Jill McGill. What a name, Jill McGill. Yeah. 6 strokes, though. That's not bad.
I love rhyming, whimsical names. Jill McGill.
Jill McGill.
You're gonna rhyme. Okay.
Yeah.
Give me a name that rhymes. Thank you. Beaver Cleaver.
Let's try.
Sorry, that's an inside deal.
Let's try Brad. 2004, U.S. swimmer Michael Phelps wrapped up the 100/200 meter butterfly double at the Athens Olympics when he won the 100 meter in 51.25 seconds. What's OR? Whatever that is. Ahead of teammate Ian Crocker. What does OR mean with swimming? So let me look this up. What does
I should know that.
OR mean involving swimming? Well, it's not going to tell me, so whatever. Anyway, 2008, Usain Bolt of Jamaica wrapped up the 100/200 meter double in style with a new 200 meter world record at 19.30 seconds at the Beijing Olympics. Damn, he's a fast man. Dang.
He's there for a reason.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like it wasn't even fair.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It reminds me of like Cat Williams. I'm not sure if you know who he is. He's a comedian. He does this whole bit on this guy who had prosthetic legs entering the Olympics, and there was this whole hoopla about like whether or not he should even be able to attend because like he has prosthetic legs.
Oh, that's right.
You know.
Yeah.
So like would that be an advantage? Would that be a disadvantage? All that stuff. And he called this guy Little Tink Tink because that's the sound of a tink 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 tink. You know. Or Little Tink Tink. 2011 Senior Players Championship Men's Golf at Westchester Country Club. Fred Couples won first of 2 Champions Tours major titles with birdie on third playoff hole against John Cook.
It's a senior golf, huh?
Yeah, senior golf. Senior Players Championship Men's Golf, yeah. And
the old men's club.
Yep.
Thank you.
I almost said Sohan. Scott, what happened in 2013?
2013, One Direction, This Is Us, 3D concert film of One Direction, directed by Morgan Spurlock, premieres in London.
Interesting. Now,
Yeah, it's one of those
I have not.
boy groups that,
Yeah. Well, I'm just thinking, inevitably they're going to break up. So, I mean, that will be the end of One Direction. They'll be going in different directions from there on.
If they break up, you're assuming they would.
They all do.
They all do.
One Direction, up or down.
Yeah. You have another one here.
So, 2016, South Korean golfer Inbi Park wins the inaugural Olympic women's individual gold with a final score of 16 under par in Rio de Janeiro. Lydia Ko from New Zealand, 11 under par, and Shan Feng from China, 10 under par.
That's a lot under par. Wow.
Yeah, minus 10, yeah.
Yeah.
Minus 11, minus 10, yeah.
What happened
Good
in
score.
2018?
2018, Pope Francis releases letter to all Catholics condemning sexual abuse, atrocities, and clerical cover-ups. We showed no care for the little ones. We abandoned them.
Yep.
That's rough.
Yeah, that's all the priest and the child stuff.
Yeah.
So, which
It's a big yikes. Big yikes. Yeah.
Very big yikes, and now that's kind of spread into all politics and everything now. Just a bunch of awful things going on. Anyway, moving on up into 2019, Italian Prime Minister Giuseppe Conte resigned after Matteo Salvini called for a no-confidence vote. So he's straight up, he just left.
Yeah, well, he left because the only reason why any politician leaves, Nixon's a good example. The writing's on the wall, you're gone.
Yeah.
So you can bow out or we can kick you out. I'm not a crook. Do that again. Okay.
2020, former advisor to Donald Trump, Steve Bannon, was arrested and charged with fraud over a fundraising campaign to build a wall on the Mexican border. Yep. Which now, like all those certain, illegals out here not voting for the left, suddenly they're building a wall again. Hey, what a surprise!
The wall that they can probably still get over.
Or under. Well, like the majority of illegals don't even come here, initially illegally. They come here legally. Their green card or their visa expires. They just don't go back.
Well, I don't know if it's the majority more. Here's a disturbing statistic for you, though.
Oh yeah.
If the projections go for the next 2 years of the amount of illegals coming in, 20% of this country will be here illegally. 20%.
1 in 5 of every person on this country will be illegal.
Can't stay.
That's horrifying. Why don't you wrap up the main body here? 2 more articles.
Sure. So, 2020, Kamala Harris accepts her nomination for vice president, becoming the first U.S. woman of color on a major party ticket, saying there is no vaccine for racism. Look, that's interesting.
What?
That quote.
Sorry if you
Yeah,
like
that
Kamala
quote.
Harris, but this is what you get when you pick gender and ethnicity over the best person for the job.
Yeah, over capability, over actual, things that matter. You just
Get
check
the
boxes.
best person in there for crying out
Yeah.
loud.
Yep.
And I apologize to Harris lovers.
You shouldn't.
If they like her, I don't insult them.
Well, some people liked Hitler. Do you want to apologize to them?
No.
What's her quote?
So-
Like, we will not be
You can't put her in
burdened
the same-
by what
Hey,
has been.
Kim.
Go ahead.
She says a lot. We will not be burdened by what has been.
Yeah.
That's like, she says that in like a lot of her speeches.
Doesn't she also have that cackle whenever she's asked
Yeah.
a question?
Oh, yeah.
Answer the question, you dumb bitch. Jesus. Anyway, one more article here.
2020, Russian opposition figure Alexei Navalny falls into a coma after suspected poisoning, later confirmed to be Novichok poisoning, which I have never heard of that.
I'm gonna look that up right now. So wow, people are getting
Is this the
poisoned.
one that happened in England?
Poisoning of Charlie Rowe and Don Sturgis. Is this the same guy? Alexei?
No.
No. To that. Well, what is Novichok? What does Novichok do to your body? Pardon me. It disrupts the mechanisms by which nerves transfer messages to organs by inhibiting chemicals in the body that nerve cells use to regulate essential functions and blocking neurotransmitters. Nerve agents are usually colorless and tasteless liquids that may evaporate a gas. So it sounds like it shuts your body down, it's poisoning, Now, you're asking a question about something?
Well, I just wonder if this was the guy if they did this in England, but it's not that important. But I'm trying to equate this to
Where
the story
did
that I remember.
is poison? A source in the German Special Services told the New York Times that, according to German experts, Navalny was poisoned by Novichok in the form of a powder dissolved in a liquid, most likely the tea he drank at the Russian airport. He was before we move on to the births and deaths, were there any articles that grabbed your attention more than most? Scott?
Well, as I recap a little bit, let's see. Well, besides, the sports ones, look into some of the history stuff, that's probably what is more interesting to me in learning. So, I would say probably in 1968, when the 250,000 Soviet Warsaw Pact troops invaded Czechoslovakia. That's a pretty cool picture, just them all around those tanks. So.
Yeah.
Trust me, that was huge in the day. That was huge.
Yeah. I'll show that picture in a second. I'm just looking at things, I'm going back over, all these articles here. Like Richard I, the Lionheart, killed 3,000 Muslim prisoners.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
That was one. Yeah.
Missed that one.
Yeah.
It's early.
Yeah. This guy renaming his flagship, to the Golden Hind, during his circumnavigation of the world. We discovered he started in 1577 and he ended in 1580, so it took him 3 years. He circumnavigated the world. So during that trip, he renamed his flagship from the Pelican to the Golden Hind to honor his patron, Sir Christopher Hatton.
Oh,
So
okay.
that's interesting. George Washington, started moving down south to fight Cornwallis.
Oh, okay.
1781.
Yorktown, yeah.
Yeah.
Yorktown.
Yep.
Leading up to the Battle of Yorktown. And then you were here when this, this is when you came in, when we were looking up, this insurrection.
Yeah.
This word is just thrown around so much. It's just a political buzzword now. Like you're saying, yeah, here we go. Here's
There
that
it
picture.
is. Yeah.
Oh, come on. Where'd it go? Here it is. Dang. Yeah. That's a powerful picture right there.
Yep. It sure is.
I'm going to do the split. So that way I can upload on, what's it called correctly. So, uploading. Welcome to part 2. Moving on into bursts. Mr. Scott, why don't you start us off? Oh,
Alrighty.
wow.
So,
Great beginner.
1779. Fabian Gottlieb von Bellingshausen, Russian explorer who discovered the continent of Antarctica, born in Ozol, Estonia. He died in 1852. Wow, that's interesting discovery.
Yeah, that's a hell of
Scott,
a
I
name.
gotta give you kudos. I don't know if you said it right, but you're damn close. Wow.
Yeah, Bellingshausen.
Bellingshausen.
It looks harder than it is.
Who's it?
It looks harder than it is. Like Fabian Gottlieb von Bellingshausen. So like once you separate it, it's not that difficult. So anyway, you have one more here. Oh wow.
1833, Benjamin Harrison, the 23rd President of the United States, a Republican from 1889 to 1893, born in North Bend, Ohio. He died in 1901.
Dang. Benjamin Harrison. We have Salvador Quasimodo. Born on this date in 1901, he was an Italian poet, critic, and translator. He was born in Modica, Italy, dying in 1968. We have Jacqueline Susan, 1918, a U.S. author, Valley of the Dolls, born in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, dying in 1974. Valley of the Dolls, that sounds like a horror.
No, that's about, they made a movie about that. I don't know how accurate it is to the book, but that was about Hollywood and drugs and...
Oh, okay, that makes sense. Valley of the Dolls.
I can't believe that would have been written that. What's the date it was written then? She was born in 1918.
Book. Valley of the Dolls by Jacqueline Suzanne. It's at least 50. Is Valley of the Dolls a feminist novel? Okay, whatever. Published in 1966. Okay. So there you go.
Yeah.
And in 2016, it sold more than 31 million copies. Wow. Pretty good. Mr. Scott.
So we in, let's see, 1901. Did you just read that one? Or
1901.
1918, I think you just did. Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so after that.
Yeah. This guy again.
Okay. 1941.
Yep.
Slobodan Milosevic, President of Serbia from 1991 to 1997 and Yugoslavia from 1997 to 2000, born in Pazarvac.
Huh. I wonder if Pazarvac is either in Serbia or Yugoslavia. Pazarvac. Eastern Serbia. So there we go. Let's see here. You have another one.
So 1944, Rajiv Gandhi, Prime Minister of India. 1984-1989, born in Bombay, British India. He died in 1991.
Ah.
I wonder why they still put in there British India. I realize because it was ruled, but-
Well, because at the time he was born, it was still British India.
Yeah.
So,
Well, it's just odd they put British in there instead of just India.
well, no, because it was still the British Raj. India wasn't India wasn't its own country, an independent nation at the time.
It wasn't?
No,
Oh, okay.
no, India was owned by the British.
Well, I
just
know
like
that.
the
but-
British Raj.
Yeah.
So it's British India. Before it became just India.
Yeah, okay.
Like,
But didn't India come in and conquer them at some point?
no. Britain had to let go of India after World War II because of
Yeah.
like no more imperialism. People can't have colonies.
Yeah.
Because that's what led us into the Second World War. Not led us into, but we started World War II fighting in Africa because of all the colonies of Italy. So to prevent all that crap, and now we just have proxy wars everywhere. But no, at the time it was still a British colony, protectorate.
Yeah, well, that I know.
Just like how somehow Canada still is today. They're not their own independent country.
Of course they are.
No, they're not. They're still
Yes, they are.
still answer to the crown.
She's a figure only, but totally independent.
No. Is Canada independent? Canada has complete sovereignty as an independent country, however, and the Queen's role as monarch of Canada is separate from her role as the British monarch of any other Commonwealth realms. Canada, like some other Commonwealth nations, maintains the Queen as head of state.
Yes, and that's just what I said. She is the Queen, but they are totally independent. That's exactly what I said.
I don't know. Like
moving on.
yeah, they're independent, but I guess they still take orders.
No,
Like,
they recognize her as their monarchy symbol,
but she still has
and
power.
even says she does not. It even says she has a different role there than she does in England.
Okay. Anyway, 1948. Wait, is it your turn still, Scott?
Yeah, I think so. So, 1948, Robert Plant, British rock vocalist of Led Zeppelin,
Yeah.
Stairway to Heaven, born in West Bromwich, England. Well, he's known for other songs as well, but
Yeah.
I guess that's just the one everybody knows.
Well, like as the meme goes, if there's a highway to hell and a stairway to heaven, then that really shows, the traffic expectancy. So, 1974, Amy Adams is a U.S. actress and singer. Arrival, Man of Steel, American Hustle, born in Vicenza, Veneto, Italy. Huh. An Italian. And we have Andrew Garfield in 1983. He was one of the Spider-Men. British U.S. actor, The Amazing Spider-Man, born in Los Angeles, California. Huh, born out here. Oh, you got an interesting one here, Scott.
Sorry, what year are we at again?
1992.
Is this Demi Lovato?
Yep.
Okay, so 1992, that's my birth year. Demi Lovato, American actress of Camp Rock and singer-songwriter Unbroken, born in Albuquerque, New Mexico.
Ah.
Huh.
So that's where Bugs Bunny always took the wrong left turn. At Albuquerque.
Yep.
Moving on into deaths, starting us off in the year 1672, we have Johann de Witt, was a Dutch statesman and Grand Pensionary of Holland from 1653 to 72. He was lynched at 46. Wow.
That's not good.
Lynched, jeez.
Yeah, he was in the other, I think, historical event part we read about him, I think.
In the main body?
I remember that picture, so I think he was in one of the other ones, but I forget which one.
Today?
Yeah,
Let's see.
I don't remember which one, but
Well, what year was this? 1672, so let's just go all the way up to the top here, 1600. Oh, you're right.
yeah, I thought so,
Oh.
yep.
Okay, so yeah, his death. So yeah, former Grand Penitentiary of Holland, Johann de Witt, and his brother Cornelius were brutally murdered by an angry mob in The Hague. That's right. Wow, I forgot about
Yeah.
that. Good pull.
Yeah.
Good pull. See why I have him on?
I just thought it was for his good looks.
Well, that's just half the battle. But no, yeah, like wow. So he not only murdered, but he was lynched. So, yeesh. Yeah, that did happen today. Today was his death day. So
Yeah.
we have. Is that the first one? Yeah. So then we have Pius VII, Pope, died on this date in 1823. Actual name is Luigi Barnaba Gregorio Chiaramonti. Was an Italian bishop of Imola and later became Pope from 1800 to 23. Died at the age of 83. So, yeah. Oh, you get it along
Next.
here.
Okay, 1854, Frederick W.J. von Schelling, German philosopher, dies at 79. That's a name for you.
And Frederick Wilhelm Joseph von Schelling. Jeez.
Name was too long to even fit in the.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
know.
I noticed that. Just call him WJ.
WJ. Ooh.
So, 1912, William Booth, English preacher and founder of the Salvation Army, dies at 83. Huh.
Oh, the
Wow.
founder. Wow.
Yeah, we use the Salvation Army.
Yeah.
You know, we donate at least. So,
Right.
yeah. We have Earl Sand, died on this date in 1968. Hey, that rhymed. He was a U.S. jockey, Kentucky Derby, died at the age of 69. Then we have Hua Guofeng in 2008. Was the chairman of the Central Committee of the Communist Party of China from 76 through 81. And the premier of the People's Republic of China from 76 through 80. Dies at 87. Oh, you get a good one here. Well, a sad one. So, yeah.
2012, Phyllis Diller, American comedian and actress, dies from natural causes at 95.
Phyllis Diller.
Yeah, she's famous, yeah.
Why did
Her husband Fang.
Fang?
That's what she called him.
Oh.
her husband Fang.
That's a weird way to spell comedian.
Yeah, comedian.
Comedian. That must be the female version, right?
Well, like, why though? Like,
I don't know.
You know, there's hosts and hostesses, actors, actresses, heroes and heroines. Why can't we just use one word for both? You know, comedian, actor, hero. You know, like,
yeah.
Because heroine, you know, female version of hero,
yeah,
is also a drug. So.
That's true.
That's not good. We have another interesting one here.
2017, Jerry Lewis or Joseph Levitch, American comedian Martin and Lewis MDA Telethon, dies at 91.
Yeah, the telethon guy.
Yeah. Well, Martin and Lewis was a comedy duo that were headlining movies. They were huge back in the 50s. Dean Martin and Jerry Lewis.
Yeah. And that concludes the show. Once again, you can check the underbar in the description for any links that you may find interesting, including but not limited to the Omni Coalition, everything that we got there. All the links that we've gathered throughout the show, you know, go check it out. Alternative day names, things like that. It's interesting down there. Go give it a look-see. For all of you and all of us, we stream every day at 10 in the morning Pacific time.
1 p.m. Eastern Time?
Yep. Or...
anytime you want.
Well,
okay, moving on.
Anyway, I am Xander.
I am Scott.
And me, Cleaver.
And you are you. And until you catch us tomorrow, don't forget to look right and left at every intersection, rate 5 thumbs and subscribe. Until then, toodles. Let's go, Brandon.